Humans are masters of blame game, even when they know for sure it's part of their problem. We have been laying blame on each other, even when we squarely know that we are part of that problem. It didn't start yesterday, it started from the creation. Adam was given instruction by God not to eat of the fruit at the center of the garden. He defied that by eating it when the woman gave it to him. Adam was the one who gave instruction or gave the rules and regulation of the garden to Eve. So when Eve ate the fruit, it was Adam's failure not to show the importance of that rule he just told Eve, God said we should not eat. He didn't tell Eve of the repercussions. That's why when the serpent came to the woman, the woman was convinced that it was good. Now, that brought calamities unto Adam. That brought calamities unto human race. No one can do anything better when you lay a blame game. Cain followed the same suit. When he was asked by God, what have you done to your brother? He said, I'm not my brother's keeper. In this scenario, what if Adam said, sorry, Almighty God, I did a mistake and forgive me. God is full of mercy. He would have forgiven Adam and the life would have continued in the Garden of Eden. But instead, he laid blame on the woman who, remember, when the woman was brought to him, Adam saw a beautiful thing, a bone of my bone. But when the sin came of eating the fruit, he started laying blame on Eve. He said, look, this is what he said in Genesis 3:11. He said, in Genesis 3:12, he said, then the man said, the woman who you gave to be with me, she gave me the tree and I ate. He's no longer the bone of bones now. He's a woman. That welcomed the death that we are experiencing even today. The sin entered the man. The sin entered the world through the man. Cain followed suit. Sons of Adam, he followed suit, and that brought him curses. Because even when you start to lay blame, when you start to lay blame on somebody because of your sin, ignorance and arrogance comes to pass through your spirit, and you start becoming arrogant. Cain became arrogant to God by saying, I'm not my brother's keeper, knowing very well he has killed Abel. But there's a different story here. When David knew what he had done to his general, he killed the wife so that he can take the wife. This is what happened. When David decided to kill Uriah because of his wife, God blessed them with a son, of course, because the blessing of children comes from God. But God made that child become sick. During that time, David was given a chance to reflect on his own mistake. David did sit and say, it is the beauty of that woman that gave me the urge to kill the husband. No, he sat down when the child died. When the child was sick, he was mourning and lamenting about his own sins, not about the health of the child. He said, God, full of mercy, show me mercy, for I have sinned. He didn't say, God, why should a child be sick because of the beauty of the mother? No, he accepted his own mistake, and God forgave him. When God forgave him, actually, Uriah's wife was the one to bear the son who follows the king, David, King Solomon. Solomon was the son to Uriah's wife. The same genealogy followed to become the generation of Jesus. Wonderful blessing. God forgave and forgot about the death of Uriah, and he forgave completely and gave a generational blessing through Uriah's wife, David and Uriah's wife. Today, we lay blame on each other. We lay blame on a government. We lay blame on our neighbors. We lay blame on our wives. We lay blames on our husband. We lay blame on our children. Yet we don't own up even when it's our own problem. That's why it's so hard for people to just accept and say, please forgive me. You'll be forgiven. And once you'll be forgiven, the sins will be forgotten and the blessing will fall. But when you decide now it is time to lay blame on somebody, you won't move on. That's why we keep on laying blame on CG politicians, CG whatever, and we are finding ourselves stuck as a country economically. Countries like Singapore leaving us far and behind. Once we had in long time we were together economically, but today they are far because the citizen decided it's not the government problem, it's a corrective problem for us. From now on, stop laying blame on somebody. Own up, even if your percentage of that mistake was just maybe 5% out of 95. Accept it, just say it was my sin. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You'll be forgiven, and the issue won't continue, and you find blessing following you. But if you decide to lay a blame on somebody, the sin won't be forgiven. Instead, you will attract curses. You attract misfortunes. You will attract even issues that will follow you and your family. That's what followed Adam. But it didn't follow David. Even when Job was passing through trying time, he didn't lay blame on Satan, neither did he blame anyone. He said God is bringing things for his glory. So sometimes mistake happens for our glory. Mistake happens for us to enjoy peace in abundance. Thank you so much for listening to me, for watching me. I am Mfalme Amos. God bless you and have a wonderful and joyful, blameless life. Be blameless. Thank you.